name is Ikoya. I'm the creator and founder of Silky, and today I'm here to talk to you about how to choose the best wig color for your skin tone. Yes, today we are going to be breaking it down so that it can forever be broke. So if you are new to wigs or you are wearing wigs and you're just not sure which colors look best or which ones that'll give you that glow, you know what I mean, when you wear something and people are like, oh my God, you're just glowing. I'm here to help you get there today. So this one might be a little long, so go ahead and get your popcorn, get a pen and paper, however you like to take information. Get ready to screenshot because we are going to get into it. So we're going to be breaking it down from natural colors that'll look great on you all the way to fun colors, right? Because I am a firm believer as a wig wearer. Part of the fun of wearing wigs is to wear funner colors that you probably wouldn't normally wear with your real hair and not always doing natural colors. And so I have tried every color you can imagine. I don't think there's too many color wigs that I have not tried or reviewed. But I must admit, even though I love trying wigs, and I recommend, even after watching this video, you do the same thing. Do you, boo? If there's a color that you love and you still want to rock it and you still want to wear it, please, by all means, do that. But there are certain colors that I even must admit do look better on me and probably you than some other colors do, and it all has to do with your complexion, but more important, your undertone. So your skin tone is your complexion, right? That's that outer layer of skin, and we know skin tones can range in many colors, from the palest porcelain colors to the deepest, darkest of like a berry. Just very beautiful all across the board. And complexion is important, and it does have something to do with choosing your wig color. But what's more important is your undertone, because your complexion, although it's beautiful, it can change, right? A lot of the times, a lot of us will be lighter in the winter and will get darker in the summer. So if you just go by your complexion alone, then you're already defeated, because that can change. But what does not change is your undertone. Your undertone never changes, and that is why it's so important. So what is the undertone? Now, there's a ton of videos, and I will put some links down in the description box that break down and go into more about your undertone. This could be a whole video itself, so I'm just gonna stay really basic with it. But again, down in the description box, there'll be more information to figuring that out. But your undertone is the color underneath your skin that radiates, and usually it comes in 4 different categories. The most popular are well-known undertones are the warm and the cool undertone. Warm undertones range from colors of the peachy or yellow or golden. Think of the sun or something that brings a lot of warmth. That is what a warm undertone is, and that is the color that your skin will be giving off. The opposite, or if you're not a warm undertone, then you may be a cool undertone. And if you have a cool undertone, then your hue is giving off, or skin is giving off, a pink, a red, or a bluish hue. Think of a chilly day, how you feel, or what you would see. I really think of icy, right? It's just giving you kind of that like cool look, very chill. So the next 2 undertones are neutral and olive. So if you have a neutral skin tone, then your skin could be either giving off a combination of both, or your skin tone may just match your undertone. While if you have a olive undertone, then your skin will appear more ashen or greenish gray. It'll give off a yellow hue, and so it can be hard to figure out what your undertone is if you don't know it. So I'm going to tell you a few exercises that you can do to try and figure it out, because really, to make the most of this video, you really will need to know not just your skin tone, but more importantly, what your undertone is. All right, so let's get ready. Let's go ahead and do these tests. Now, the first test, or a test that is popular, is a vein test, but I find as a woman of color, especially if you have a darker complexion, it may be hard to really see your veins, but that is a way that you can do it. Again, there is going to be another video that goes really more in depth about skin tone that I will link down below if you need to go more in depth for that. But for purposes of this video, I want you to watch it all. I don't want to be too long. I'm just going to give you two tests that I think work really well, especially for those of us who have more color. And the first test is the jewelry test. So what you would do is take one piece of silver jewelry, one piece of gold jewelry, and you should do these tests with no makeup on and under natural light to get the best results. And with the jewelry test, you're going to take a gold piece of jewelry and the silver piece of jewelry. You're going to hold them up to your face and see which one really makes your skin pop. The silver jewelry makes your skin pop more, or really brings out a great hue in your skin, then you are probably more of a cool tone. And if the gold works really well, then you may be more of a warm tone. Now, if you look at it and you feel like both of them are giving you good vibes, then you could be one of the other two, neutral or olive. Now, if that doesn't work and you're still not sure, then the last test that you can do is the white paper test. And I feel like this one is the best, personally, in my opinion, especially as a woman of color, because it really helps you figure out what the undertone is. You want to grab a white sheet of paper and you want to hold it up to your face. Now, when you're doing this, if you're a woman of color, because usually women of color, we don't have one color in our faces usually. Usually our faces are darker around the edges and lighter in the middle, and sometimes it could be vice versa. So if you just compare it to your face, you might get thrown off. So you really want to look at the chest area. You really want to look more at your chest and what color that is giving off, because that is truer to your undertone. And so again, what hue is it giving? If it's giving more of that gold, peachy, or yellow, you could be warm. If it's giving more of those blues, pinks, or reds, then you could be cool. Again, if there's a lot of yellow or even like a green tint to you, then you're definitely olive. And then if you can't really tell, then again, you probably are neutral. So now, regardless of your race or complexion, you definitely should fall under one of these four categories. I know a lot of times people think if you're black or darker that you are automatically warm, or maybe if you are pale and fair that you're automatically cool. But as you will see as we go on the video, you will find people in the four different categories of different races, complexion, and skin tone. So it really doesn't matter. As long as you know what color is coming and what hue you're giving off, you will be able to really find wig colors that will really complement your particular skin tone and undertone. So to make this more easy to follow, because this you guys can get super duper in depth, we have simplified skin tones into four categories. Okay, so the four categories are fair, tan, deep, and dark. So for fair, I'm talking about people's whose complexions range from pale to fair skin. For tan, I'm talking about people whose complexions or skin tones range from medium to an olive. For deep, we're going into the many ranges of brown skin, and then for dark, we're going into the deepest complexions of dark skin. So those will be the four categories that we have put people or you in. So get ready to screenshot. We're getting ready to have some fun. We're getting ready to go ahead and get into these cool and warm undertones and skin tones and complexions and the colors. So the first tone we're going to be breaking down is the cool undertone. So as you can see, I put together this cool tone chart with people from every different complexion as we talked about earlier. And as you can see, as you look across the spectrum of complexions, they all are giving off a similar hue. They all are very cool. Like I was saying earlier, it's a very cool look, very icy. You don't feel a lot of warmth or anything there. It's just very chill. So these are examples of someone with a cool undertone. Now let's go ahead and go into warm undertones. So as you can see with the warm undertones, again, there is an array of races and complexions. As you can see, they all have that warmness to them. If you look at the different spectrums, you can see how warm it is in each category. And the feeling that you get is just, I don't know, of like heat or warmth, all characteristics of a warm undertone. Next, we're going to go ahead and move into those neutral tone celebrities. And as you can see with neutral tones, these people look good in a lot of colors. Now, I personally believe that even if you're neutral, you can lean more towards cool or more towards warm. And some of these celebrities that you will see, if you do your own research, you will see them falling into either the cool or warm categories. And that is because they're neutral. They really do look good and can fluctuate and go either way. Now, this last category is olive tone, and you will, again, if you do your own research, you might see some of the people that are in the neutral tone also fall into the olive tone. But the biggest thing about olive tone is you really give off a yellow or a greenish hue, especially when you're compared to other people. So if you're not sure if your undertone is olive or not, you think it is, a way to confirm it is look at a picture of you and two people on the side. If you're looking more green, or even one person, if you're giving off a more greenish tone or a yellow tone, then you're definitely olive. Now, some celebrities that are known to have a more olive tone are Julianne Moore, Natalie Portman, Eva Mendes, Vanessa Williams, Rihanna, Lauryn Hill. As you look and go from each complexion, you will see that they all have that like kind of green or yellowish hue to them, especially if you were to put them against another celebrity, it would really stand out even more. So hopefully by now you know what your undertone is. So girl, get ready to snapshot and take those notes, because now we're going to break down what color looks good on you based on your skin tone and your undertone. So let me introduce you into a color wheel. And if you're not familiar with a color wheel, the color wheel has basically all the primary colors, and it works this way. If you are more of a cool tone, then you will fall on this side of the color wheel. So you will look better with your more deep purples, your blues, your greens. Those hues will really complement your undertone, and then you just have to find the right shade that also goes with your complexion. If you look on the other side, you will see the more warmer undertones, and those undertones go with more of your reds, your oranges, your yellows. So that will really play up with your undertone. If you're neutral, then you can pretty much rock the whole color wheel. You just have to make sure you find, again, the color that goes best with your complexion or skin tone. But pretty much any of these colors are really gonna look good on you, and they're not gonna dull you out as if it would with somebody who is warm or cool. And if you lean to one side or the other, you may give off that tone even though you're neutral. And then with the olive tone, you definitely can rock a lot of these colors as well, like the neutral, but you have to be careful with some of the tones, because some of the tones can either wash you out or really make you look more yellow or more green. And so we'll get into that more right now. Now, again, you can wear any color that you want, but the colors on this color wheel, as you will see, will kind of show you how those colors on the cool side and the warm side will really turn up and give you that vibrance that you may be looking for. Or cool toned, okay? If you are more cool tone, for the blondes that look best on you are like ash blondes, platinum blondes, your silver grays, beige blondes, sandier blondes. So for wigs, that would be in the color 14 or 26. You can definitely rock a 613, but just make sure that it has a more icier tone, right? That it plays more to the platinum and more white than the yellow. As you look at the different complexions, you see there's a variety of women in that blonde category, but look at how those icier, sandier, and more beige blondes tones really look great on them. When you go over to the reds, these are more blue based reds look best. Also a red with maybe like a purple undertone. If you have a darker complexion, burgundy and maroons look really, really great. So for wig numbers, this ranges in the colors from 130 to 134 and your 99Js. Those are gonna look really, really good on you. And again, you just have to find that shade that's going to match your skin tone as well. But as long as you stay in these colors, you should look very vibrant. When it comes to browns, you want to be careful with darker brown because it will wash you out. If you look at these women, they all have those lighter browns. Balayages, ombres really look good. Highlights would really work well. Mahogany, you want to stick with wigs that are from the 4 to 6 number. And then when it comes to the blacks, you want to go with jet black. Those deep, deep blacks really, really play against that cool tone. It really enhances it. And if you have lighter eyes, as you can see with Megan Fox and Katy Perry, it's really a beautiful contrast and will really make your eyes pop. So that would be your ones. You definitely want to stay with the deep dark blacks, or even you can try a blue black. That would also look well on you. Let's go into my warm tone, sisters. Yes, if you haven't figured it out already, I am a warm tone. So let's go ahead and get into these warm tones. So if you are a warm tone and you want to rock blonde, you want to stick to your honey blondes, your strawberry blondes, golden blondes, butterscotch, things that really play up that warmth in your skin. So colors and wigs that would look really good are like your 27s, your 30s, 613, as long as it has some gold in it, would look well on you. When it comes to your reds, you really want to stick with your coppers and auburns. Those really play up to those warmer tones. If you can see, all these women are really giving a beautiful glow, even with the lighter, paler skin. Those deeper coppers really, really pop. So you want to play with copper colors, 30s, 27s. When it comes to the browns, you want to stick with your caramels, chestnuts, dark chocolates, mushroom browns, dark arbor, maple colors, golden browns. You want to stick to your 2s and those lighter brown shades when you rock brown in your warm, especially if you have a darker skin tone, because you can find if you go too brown, it'll wash you out and you'll look one, right? It'll kind of blend in with your skin tone. So you don't want that. You want it to really pop against your skin tone. So definitely you want to go in with those lighter browns, doing balayage colors, highlights also, because you're warm, will do really well and play like kind of like the wig that I'm wearing in this video. And then if you're going to go brunette, you want to stick with your toffees, mahoganies, your maples. You definitely want to stick to the 1Bs. You don't want to go too dark because that can be really harsh and take down your warmth. Now next, we're going to go ahead and get into my neutral girls. And really, if you're a neutral, you can pretty much rock the whole color wheel like we were saying. As you can see, as you go down from category to category, these women look good. They range in a whole bunch of different color tones as far as the hair goes. They have platinums, they have sandy. In each square, they are an array of different colors, and they may be leaning more cool and they may be leaning more warm, but the difference is they can really get away with it and they can really go either way and look great. That's the power of being a neutral. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and get into my olive tone sisters, now like my neutral sisters, you are not stuck on one side of the wheel. You can use the whole wheel, but unlike my neutral sisters, you do need to stick to certain colors within each category. You don't have the freedom and the liberty to just try any color, and that's the biggest difference between having neutral undertones and having a olive undertone. So let's go ahead and get into these colors. So for my olive tone sisters, for your blondes, you want to go with caramels and honeys. Stay away from the yellow blondes because they will have you looking more yellow. You also want to go with your white platinums. If you have a darker skin tone, you definitely want to go light because it definitely can wash you out and make you look more light. I'm going to insert this picture here of Tyra Banks, and as you can see with Tyra, she looks like she's all one. It doesn't look bad, but it's not really making her pop. As far as reds go, you can rock cinnamons, wines, burgundies. That's going to be your 27s, your 30s, your 99Js. If you are pale skin or on the lighter skin, you definitely want to stick with more of your orangey reds and your auburns. That'll really help bring out your tone and not wash you out. Again, for my olive tone sisters that can be darker, you want to be careful with your reds. I will insert another picture of Riri going through her red phase. On the left, as you can see, that red looks a little bit better than the red on the right. Going with those orange based reds are much nicer and are more flattering to our complexion than if you go with those red or blue red. For the browns, you want to stick to caramels, mochas, chestnuts, mahoganies. So those again are going to be your 2s and some of those lighter browns. You can also do the balayages, the highlights. All those will look extremely beautiful on you. Again, if you have a darker skin tone, just be careful with the browns. You don't want to wash yourself out. And when it goes to the brunette, you just really have to be careful on how dark you go. This one for you is really based on your complexion as well as skin tone. So if you are a little bit more fair, you can probably get away with a jet black or a blue black. And if you have a different color, if you're following like the tans, the deeps or the darks, then you probably want to stick to like a 1B or those lighter brunette colors. So now that we know what natural colors look great on our skin tone and undertone, we want to go ahead and get into what are some fun colors that look great on our skin tone and natural tone, because we all know some of the fun of wearing a wig is to pick colors and do things that you would not do with your natural hair. I'm a firm believer in that. So let's go ahead and get into what colors look great on your skin tone and undertone. So again, I'm going to go ahead and put up this chart. As you can see in the cool undertones, all of those colors on the cool side of the wheel, you see those ladies rocking them and you see how it's giving off that beautiful tone, how they look so vibrant. Billie Eilish looks great and she's giving off a very cool tone with that lime green with the dark ruby blues. Those dark blues looks great, especially against that dark complexion is beautiful. Green against Naomi is beautiful. And you see Katie is looking so vibrant with that purple. Those rich, vibrant hues are gonna look great with my cool tone peeps. And then if you wanna go pastel, that pastel purple is really looking beautiful. And actually pretty much any pastel color that's on that side, as long as it matches your skin tone, but purple for sure really looks great. When you get into the warmer tones, those reds, oranges, those yellows really pop and help you to look very warm and vibrant. As you can see, for my darker skin tones, that pink is so vibrant and beautiful and just really pops. And then when you have like, you know, that paler tone or the more fair skin, the orange really looks great. Again, anybody in these warm tones can wear, you know, these shades, but these colors are definitely going to be the colors that are going to really pop for you and make you look way more vibrant. And then if you want to go with a pastel pink will really pop on you if you have a warmer tone. Then we go down to my neutral sisters. As you can see, they are rocking an array of colors and they all look great. Some of them, again, maybe lean more towards cool or more towards warm, but the thing about it is they really are rocking all different colors. Nobody is just sticking to one specific side of the wheel. And then for my olive tone sisters, you really want to stick with your deeper colors. So that pink that's deep, red is beautiful. We discussed that before. Yellow also looks really great. Though that dark blue black really looks great, a dark blue. And then again, like the cool sisters, that pastel purple really pops and is going to give you a beautiful look. So again, I know this was long, but I hope that it was helpful. Please give this a big thumbs up if it helped you, and let me know down in the comments below if it helped you, because I did enjoy making this video. It took a lot of work, but I really wanted to make sure that I went into a lot of detail, because I found, especially for women of color, there is not a lot of information out here about what colors go well with our skin tones, and I wanted to make sure that I covered that. Also, anybody else who this helped, please comment down below and let me know. I would love to do more of these style of videos. So again, give it a big thumbs up, and I hope to see you again in the next one.